to the void.
Is that what you said? No, that's what I'm saying.
Sorry.
Slide to the left. Slide to the right.
Crisscross.
Crisscross.
Hi,
I'm a
Danny.
really big fan of the cha-cha slide.
Hey.
Yes.
Really big.
And
We
Hebrew,
work
the
in the
fa
house. Leona thinks this is better.
They have COVID or they got tested?
No, he said we had some work done on the house
Oh.
and they're just afraid
You
that
have
if
flowers,
it goes in
Sharon?
the air-
Waiting for COVID to settle out of the air.
Wait a second.
Another couple of
What did you
hours.
say?
You have flour?
Do I have flour?
Are you on mute?
Ah.
Are you on- No, you're not.
On my what?
Are you on mute?
No.
Oh, here I am. Hi, Ann.
On this night, we just.
Hey, Dan.
Shabbat
shalom,
Hey,
Neil.
Hey, guys.
All the Romeos raise your hand.
Yeah, Rock Shabbat is rough without the band.
I'm ready.
I
I got
can't.
my keyboard close by. George, why are you wearing a mask?
I explained before because we had workers in the house all day long and my wife thinks COVID could be floating in the
AKA me. Hi, Dan.
Hi, Leona.
floating in the air for the next few hours, so she insists we wear masks.
I was going to tell you, it doesn't go through Zoom.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought maybe
didn't
We're
think- I
not
didn't
worried
think it
about you
did.
guys.
No, Dan, that's a different kind of virus.
Either virus.
Exactly.
Good call. Good one.
Yeah, I wonder if we could have in-person services with masks on. I wonder if we could do that. yet.
Pretty cold because we're gonna have to be outside.
Right,
No, forget outside.
right, right.
We'll go down to your place in Florida, George. Probably
No,
won't.
we're not going until we get the vaccine. We're staying right
Not
here.
For a while.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not going anywhere.
That's smart.
I only want to go out of my house if it's an absolute necessity. I mean, this is crazy what's happening. It's absolute craziness.
Smart thinking.
Well, that's what all the public health experts are telling everybody to do. Don't go out unless you have to.
I believe in Dr. Fauci. I listen to him.
It's all a hoax.
As you should.
Think of-
Fauci, we
Yeah.
trust.
Yeah, it's all a hoax, right?
No, I think they're joking, honey. They're joking.
Uh,
Oh, no, that's not the part they confused.
I raised the temperature earlier to about 71, 72.
Yeah.
Cantor,
you know,
let's do the
there-
rock Shabbats. I always tell you that. Let's do rock Shabbats. We can do this. No.
She'll beatbox.
Yeah.
What? Rock Shabbat.
George.
Yes, sir.
For you.
You don't have to, Dan, but thank you.
Well, yeah, if you had workers in your house, you should do that.
The whole day. Anyway. So, you know, there's a Dr. Fauci cult. We know people who are naming their cats and dogs after Fauci.
I like that. He's popular.
Yes, yes. He knows what he's talking about too, in my opinion.
A little experience in it.
A little bit of an expert.
Well, if any of you want to hear music from Fiddler on the Roof, Brianna and Rich have been singing it, whistling it, because they've been watching it and rewatching it. So that's what the only melodies that are going
Actually,
through.
we haven't seen Fiddler on the Roof in years. We've just been listening to it.
That would be great. We want Fiddler on the Roof. That would
Let's
be
start with Sabbath prayer.
May the Lord protect.
That's a favorite at
Defend
Camp Harlem on
you.
Friday nights. They sing it every Friday night at camp.
Which one do they sing?
That's
Sabbath prayer.
the Sabbath prayer.
Oh, huh.
And everybody bangs their elbows on the table.
Danny Burgess.
I see,
It's got
the-
Fiddler on the Roof.
Nice,
right there.
man.
Oh, there you go.
Everybody take a look.
Except instead of the zero version, we the Fime Tuple one
Well,
from the film.
The shows. That's the good one.
There had been a great
Cue the
special
cancel.
on where they had like all the different fiddler tevias for singing different parts. It was really pretty neat.
I'm a Zero Mostel guy.
Yeah. Have you watched the
When you
documentary
zero in
about
on.
Fiddler? Did you see the
No,
documentary?
there's a documentary?
Yes. It's wonderful.
Hi, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. Please feel free to continue the conversation after services, but we are going to begin this evening. You are all on mute, and Rabbi will ask you periodically throughout the service to unmute yourselves. You have the ability to do that. If you have any technical issues, please feel free to ping me. Yes, Cantor.
And can you enable screen sharing, please, before we start?
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, thank you.
You know what? If I make you a host, it should allow you to do that. So sorry. Cantor, please tell me that you have it now.
Yep.
Great. Our service will begin.
Eveinu shalom alechem, alechem eveinu shalom. Eveinu shalom alechem, alechem eveinu shalom. Hine matov manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Eveinu shalom alechem, alechem eveinu shalom. Eveinu shalom alechem, alechem eveinu, alechem eveinu, alechem eveinu shalom.
Welcome to everyone who is with us by Zoom and by YouTube. Now that we are in December, the days grow shorter and the weather is getting colder, but the light and warmth of community continues. And now no one has to drive at night or brace the cold. Every week, I'm grateful for the ability to gather with my Beth Chaim family in our sacred virtual space. It is not my first choice to pray this way, but without this technology, I would feel lost at this dark time of year. So I want to thank you all for joining Cantor Binder and me this evening in prayer, for congregating with us by phone, by tablet, by computer, and by TV screens, for singing along, for typing in the chat box, and for smiling into your camera. Your faces brighten our hearts. And now it is my honor to invite Lizzie Newell and their family to lead us in candlelighting and Kiddush. We are excited to celebrate Lizzie tomorrow morning when they will be called to the Torah as one of Beth Chaim's B'nai Mitzvah. First, we will hear from Lizzie's mother, Amanda.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we give our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Say anything or do I just light it?
Yeah, just light it. Just light it, buddy.
Yeah, man.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehalikneh shel Shabbat.
Amen. And we all raise our Kiddush cups in the air as Lizzie leads us in the blessing.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'retzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ofa ufratzon yechilanu zikra l'ma'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila mecha'eh hakodesh techila mitzrayim kivanu v'achata v'yotanu kishtata mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha v'ya'uf ratzon yichilanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
Amen. Chaim and Yasher Koach, nice job. And Edgar, bring us home.
There are days when we seek things for ourselves and measure failure by what we do not gain. On Shabbat, we seek not to acquire, but to share. There are days when we exploit nature as if it were our horn of plenty that can never be exhausted. On Shabbat, we stand in wonder before the mystery of creation. There are days when we act as if we cared nothing for the rights of others. On Shabbat, we remember that justice is our duty and a better world our goal. So we embrace Shabbat, day of rest, day of wonder, day of peace.
Thank you, Lizzie, and Mazel Tov to the entire Newell family. We're so excited to celebrate you tomorrow, and I invite everyone to shout congratulations through the chat box.
Ya la 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 lecha dodi, ya la 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 likrat kala. Ya la 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 b'nei Shabbat tekabel. La 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 lecha dodi. Ya la 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 likrat kala. Ya la 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 b'nei Shabbat tekabel. Shamor v'zachor Ishmianu el hamiuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad v'shemu tiferet v'nitilah Yalalai yalalalala nechadodi Yalalala nikrat kala Yalalala b'nei Shabbat b'nei Shabbat nekabela Nikrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha Ki mekol habracha Merosh mikedem nesucha Som ma'aseh b'machshava techila Yalalai yalalalala lecha dodi Yalalalala likrat kala Yalalalala b'nei Shabbat b'nei Shabbat tekabela It'oreri Kiva orech kumi ori shir daveri Kevod Adonai alayit nigla Yalalai yalalalala lecha dodi Yalalala likrat kala Yalalala b'nei Shabbat b'nei Shabbat nekabela שמחה וצהלה תוך אמוני הפסגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה יאללה לה לה לך דודי יאללה לה כלה יאללה לה בני שבת לקבל לה לך דודי יאללה לה לקראת כלה יאללה לה בני שבת נקבלה.
I invite you to unmute yourselves and greet each other. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat
Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom, Charlotte. Well, I'm muted.
Shabbat Shalom.
Hello, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom. See you guys tomorrow.
Our service will continue now with the Baruch Hu.
Ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la. Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach. Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach leolam vaed. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach leolam vaed.
Cantor, we still can't hear you very well.
Mariv Arabim, Mariv Arabim. You called the world into being and spread all the stars in the heavens above. You made the morning and evening, surrounding us daily with signs of your love. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Hashem yitbaro mariv aravim, mariv aravim. Ahavat olam Beit Yisrael, Amcha avta, Amcha avta. Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta, otanu limadeta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu בשוכבנו ובקומנו, נשיח בחוקיך, ונשמח בדברי תורתך, ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד, כי הם חיינו, ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגי יומם ולילה, נגי יומם ולילה. ואהבתך תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל, אוהב עמו ישראל. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Shem kevod malchuto leolam vaed.
We now invite Harriet Greenblatt to lead us in Via Hafta.
בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הבתים האלה אשר אלוקים צווך היום לבביך, ושנתם לבניך ודיברת בם. בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וכשאתם לכו על ידיך והיו לתתפוך בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען יזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Thank you, Harriet. And we'll now hear from Robin Valentine.
Light Overflowing by Alden Solovey. The light in me sees the light in you, is the light of God. O brilliance, sparkling from your eyes, radiating from your chest, O wonder, shining around us, shimmering with amazement, O glory, overflowing my heart, touching your soul, the light of God, sees the light in you, is the light in me.
Thank you, Robin.
So, in case anybody didn't realize it, there is a holiday coming up. And it is a longstanding tradition in Ashkenazi communities to incorporate a melody from the approaching holiday in the Mi Chamocha. So we're going to do that tonight with a favorite Hanukkah melody. Mi Chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi Chamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot, o sefer nora tehilot.
Thank you, Cantor. We're just having some trouble hearing you. Your mic is cutting in and out.
Oh boy.
Yes, you're very soft right now.
Well, let's see if this helps. Hashkiveinu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom Ve'amideinu shomreinu l'chaim. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkiveinu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, ve'amideinu shomreinu l'chaim. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashkiveinu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, ve'amideinu shomreinu l'chaim. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל עוד היא לעולם, עוד היא לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים, את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
Pray as if everything depended on God. Act as if everything depended on you.
יגיד תהילתך, ויגיד תהילתך. na 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 Adonai, na 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 שפתי תפתח, na 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 ויגיד יגיד תהילתך, ופי יגיד תהילתך. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואמהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
We now take a moment to offer some words of gratitude. We invite you to type in the chat box all the blessings that you'd like to share with our congregation this evening. Birthdays, anniversaries, negative COVID tests. We'd love to say thank you with you for blessings, small and large, frequent and rare. I'm grateful tonight that not only can we be together, but we have several of our members who have chosen to participate in tonight's service. I'm grateful to be celebrating another B'nai Mitzvah, another link in the chain of Jewish tradition. But please join me in offering thanks.
מודים אנחנו לך, מודים אנחנו לך.
Happy birthday, Benny. Happy birthday, Lindsay. Ooh, receiving honors at school. Mazel tov. Always a good day to celebrate a negative COVID test. More than one in our community this evening. Charlotte is thankful for candy. That is a good thing to be thankful for. Up, Mazel tov. Upcoming birthday. Thankful for friends, family, and B'chaim. To see family in Hanukkah. We haven't decided yet how the Blums will be celebrating Hanukkah just yet, but there will be at least be some Zoom or FaceTime celebrations. Oh, Mazel tov, Billy. More birthdays. All right, let's keep the blessings coming. Cantor, one more round.
מודים אנחנו לך, מודים אנחנו לך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים מעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים מעולם. כי אתה הוא מלך אדון לכל שלום. כי אתה הוא מלך אדון לכל השלום. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, טסים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, טסים לעולם. בטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל, בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, טסים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, טסים לעולם. ברוך אתה אדוני המברך את עמו ישראל בשלום. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, טסים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, טסים לעולם. טסים לעולם. טסים לעולם.
We now take a few moments for silent prayer to offer up our hopes and dreams, to sit and meditate, or just to enjoy the silence.
רצון אמרי פי, והגיון ליבי לפניך. אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי וגואלי.
Our thoughts now turn to all those in our lives in need of healing, whether that is healing of the body, healing of the mind, healing of the heart, and or healing of the soul. If you are keeping someone in your prayers this Shabbat, I invite you to type those names in the chat box as I share the names of these loved ones. Rhoda Schwartz, Arlene Grable, Teddy Molaski, Nathan Hecker, William Jackie Sola, Steve Bizanoff, Marion Berman, Marvin and Judy Gittleman, Betty Abramowitz, Erica Taylor, Carla Brown, Edna Schaffler, Zipporah Bat Shoshana, Ellen Weisberg, Sandra Schachter, Gail Malter, Yitzhak Moshe Ben Sura Esther, Jill Sava, Dorothy Chason, Toby Arias, Piper Fitzpatrick, Diane Walter, Rosalie Krieger, Barbara Gladstone, Elaine Berkowitz, Chaim Ben Esther, Bob Gast, Yisrael Binyamin, Francis Sparanya, Arlene Mulry Pearl, Sheldon Kaplan, Lisa Scher, Marlena Elkim, Justin Wajasinger, Nancy Antonelli, Claire Munkachi, Louis Baskin, Hallie Evans, Seth Evans, Daniel Evans, Francine Schneider, and Heidi Hughes. And we also keep in our thoughts and prayers all those suffering from COVID-19.
אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, Mishaberach imotenu, Sarah Rivka Leah Rachel. May the one who blessed our mothers, may the one who blessed our fathers, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well. Bless us with the power of your healing. Bless us with the power of your hope. May our hearts be filled with understanding and strengthened by the power of your love. Mishaberach Avotenu, Abraham, Yitzchak, veYaakov. Mishaberach Imotenu, Sarah, Rivka, Leah, Rachel. May the one who blessed our mothers, may the one who blessed our fathers, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well.
They were study partners in the yeshiva. But when they grew older, they were sent to opposite ends of the country and became rabbis in towns far distant from one another. At first, they corresponded frequently, but with all the troubles of the Jews in those days, who could find time to write? So many years, but few words passed between them. Still, the warmth of the friendship of their youth bound them close. Imagine the delight Reb Menachem felt one Hanukkah when a letter came by messenger from his distant friend. He fairly tore open the envelope to drink the words of the companion of his youth, Reb Nachum. But as he read, his expression changed and furrows knit his brow. My brother, the letter said, I have had a dream and I know that it will come to pass. I see dark days coming for our people, especially for you and the people of your village. Soldiers on horseback will invade, burning and looting, destroying and despoiling. I sense that my prayers alone are not enough to stem this evil tide for you. Yet I have not lost faith. Perhaps what I cannot accomplish alone, you and I can still accomplish together. When the holiday comes, I will come to you, and it was signed, your brother Nachum. Reb Menachem sat and penned a short reply. My brother, he said, I too have heard the trembling of the earth and the beat of hooves that will soon come against us. And I confess I had no idea what I alone could do, but your letter brings me new hope. Perhaps with both our voices raised to heaven, the Holy One, the Blessed One, will accept our plea. And he signed the letter, your faithful servant, your brother Menachem. He entrusted his note to the messenger and bade him make all speed in delivering it to his distant friend. But no sooner was the messenger on the road than the rabbi realized he had made a mistake. He had forgotten to ask the simplest of all questions. On what holiday would his friend be coming? Certainly it would not be Purim, for the mood of Purim was inappropriate for this serious task. On the other hand, it was Purim when the Jews were delivered from the hands of Haman and all their enemies. So perhaps it would be Purim after all. As Purim approached, he prepared to receive his friend and prayed that Nachum's long journey would be safe. But Purim came and went, and there was no letter, and his friend did not arrive. The rabbi thought to write a second letter just to ask what holiday, but the more he thought about it, the more it seemed to him that he should wait. Passover was coming soon, and surely his friend would come for the Seder. For wasn't Passover the perfect holiday for their prayers? After all, the cries of the Jews suffering in slavery had reached heaven and discomfited the Eternal, so that God sent Moses to free them on Passover. Surely Passover was the holiday that his friend had intended all along. But Passover came and went, and again there was neither letter nor word from the companion of his youth. Moreover, hints of danger were growing day by day. The time was growing short, and the mission was becoming urgent. Reb Menachem numbered the days of the counting of the Omer each morning and soon came to believe that his friend had meant the holiday of Shavuot, the festival of weeks. Yes, it would be Shavuot, the season of the making of the covenant, a time when all Jews, the Jews of every generation, past, present, and future, had stood at Mount Sinai together, as close to God as Jews had ever been. This would be the right moment for the two rabbis to join their vital prayer. He made all preparations to greet his friend on Shavuot, as he had on Purim and on Passover. But instead of his friend, a messenger appeared with a new letter. To the esteemed Rabbi Menachem, he read, "It is my terrible fortune to inform you of the death of your good friend, Reb Menachem. Fever took him on the 7th day of the counting of the Omer, and God now cares for him. To you, his friend, he gave his final greetings, directing me to send this message to you and telling me to say that he knew you would understand." It was signed by his good friend's wife. Learning in this way that he would never see his friend again was almost too much for Reb Menachem's poor heart to bear. He had been in such a high state of expectation that the letter dealt him a devastating blow. All summer long, he was inconsolable. His followers watched him sink deeper and deeper into sadness. It was so unlike him that they were truly afraid for his life. Even as the high holy days approached, there was little change. Even the lilting chants of the cantor on Rosh Hashanah could not awaken him from his stupor. Only when Reb Menachem heard the voice of the shofar on Yom Kippur did he seem to stir from his long torpor. Suddenly his eyes grew bright and his mood lightened, as if a great weight had lifted from his soul. That night, Reb Menachem himself took the hammer to drive the first stake into the ground, beginning the yearly labor of building a sukkah. He seemed entirely renewed. He delighted in building and decorating the sukkah with his family. He took pleasure in cutting and placing the tree branches that loosely formed the sukkah's roof. And he prepared to celebrate the holiday of Sukkot in joy, as he had in better times. Surely, Reb Menachem thought, Sukkot had all along been the holiday that his friend had intended in his letter so long ago. Sukkot is the only holiday that Jews called Hechag, the holiday. It is the time when, following the mystic practice called Ushpizin, the Jews invite Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Moses, Aaron, Joseph, and David to join them in their Sukkot to come and visit. In the Sukkah, Jews share a meal with these celebrated heroes of their people. Tonight, Reb Menachem reasoned, there will be visitors. If not his old friend, then at least the old friends and mighty heroes of the Jewish people. So he and his family ate in the Sukkah, looking up from time to time as at the stars winking through the leaves above their heads. Afterward, the dishes were cleared and his wife left to put the children to bed. Reb Menachem sat alone in his sukkah thinking. And a man sat with him. I have come as I promised, the man said. Looking up, the rabbi recognized his old friend Nachum beside him. He was speechless. Could it be his feverish imagination? But no, Nachum seemed real, touching his arm and looking deep into his eyes. Come, his friend said. The time is short and the storm has begun. The wicked Cossack, Chmielnicki, leading all his forces, are drawing close, just as I dreamed. Now we must raise our voices together to heaven. The two fell to prayer, reciting psalms, repeating words of comfort. First one led, and then the other. The night passed in this way, devotion after devotion, adoration after adoration, plea after plea. And when the first light of dawn broke, Reb Menachem found himself alone in his sukkah, still sitting at the table. In the morning, the Jews came to the synagogue carrying the lulav and etrog to celebrate the holiday. And when they returned for the afternoon prayers, they heard the good news. Inexplicably, the Cossack armies had wheeled and turned away the night before, sparing their village and all the small Jewish towns around them. That afternoon, Rabbi Menachem wrote a letter telling his friend Nachum the good news. Of course, he did not send it by messenger. Instead, he slipped it into his pocket. Ever after, the Jews of his little town were mystified by the rabbi's new behavior. Deep in prayer, Rabbi Menachem would sometimes reach into his pocket, and bring out a folded piece of paper, holding it up on high, as if he were handing it to heaven. Then, as the cadence of the prayer wore down, he would return that hand to his pocket and bring it out open and spread, as if he were offering himself and all he had to God. So I'm taking a few things away from this story, this Shabbat before Hanukkah. We're about to tell stories of events that happened long ago, some of which we're fairly certain took place, as we have historical corroboration for some of the details, and other bits that we just have to take on faith. And the story I just shared likely didn't happen exactly the way it was written down, but the themes that are so important for us are the powerful moments punctuated throughout the year that Jewish tradition has set down for us to come together in celebration of holidays. And Hanukkah is one that brings many of us together. And while we know it will look different this year, we still hope to find new ways to celebrate. So that includes Beth Chaim sending you a care package that you can pick up this Sunday. More on that in just a moment. But another theme that really rings out true for me in this story is the power of friendship. And even when our friend is not nearby, or maybe even when our friend is no longer with us, the power of friendship remains, and the power of feeling not alone, and the power of knowing that you touched someone else's heart and they touched yours. And that can give us an inner strength that we need to help pave a new way forward. And so, yes, the night is dark and it is getting cold, but let us light as many lights as we can, lights of love and of friendship, as well as the lights of the festival that are coming, to help us not only see in the darkness, but to feel the warmth of love and friendship and community. And now we turn to the words of Aleinu, our prayer, begging us to partner with God to make our world a better place, because that too also gives us strength and helps us carry on.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד ארץ, ומושב עיקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגבהי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Our thoughts turn to those who are no longer with us. If you are keeping someone in your memory this Shabbat, I invite you to type those names in the chat box as I share the names of these loved ones. The following, their loved ones are in the period of Shiv'ah, the first 7 days of mourning. Arthur Horowitz, husband of Laura Horowitz. Joshua Hartman, cousin of George Gotti. The following, their loved ones are in the period of Shloshim, the first 30 days of mourning. Carol Marks, sister of Cliff Hochberg. Naomi Roth, mother of Susan Mathis, and Rachel Blum, cousin of Mark Perkis. And we recall the following yahrzeits, the anniversary of the passing of loved ones that fell in this past week. Rose Balin, George Trott, Etta Ettenberg, Edith Rodman, Jules Archin, Mitchell Ziden, Rose Gotti, Harvey Melina Gussler, Seymour Steve White, Esther Letzter, Judith Eppel, Evelyn Neufeld, Jeanette Panzer, Paul Parker, Sylvia Welber, Laurel Shedler, Leonard Staffenberg, Suzanne Axelrod, Jack Weinstein, Phyllis Paulino, Nathan Goldberg, Nathan Cantor, Kenneth Kupferberg, Pearl Klinger-Wernick, Lawrence Tabor, and Sheldon Weinstein. And this coming Monday marks the 79th anniversary of the attack on Pearl Harbor, in which over 2,000 Americans were killed and over 1,000 were wounded. In memory of all who have gone before us, Harriet Greenblatt will lead us in Mourner's Kaddish this evening. Harriet, we'll just need you to unmute yourself first. Sorry about that.
Mourner's Kaddish, amen. Yitgadal v'yitkadash me'rava. Velma divra kirutei v'yamlik malkutei. V'chayechun u'yomekun. U'kayed kol beit Yisrael b'galau b'zman kaviv. V'im eru amen. Yeh shmeira b'mevarach. V'yolam olal me'al maya yitbarach. Yitarak v'yishabach. V'yipar v'yiromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitchador v'yitaleh. V'yitalach shemei dekodeshav v'yichu. Laminko v'kata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Damiran be'alma v'imruah. Yesh l'amarav min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimelchu amen. Osi shalom b'mromah u'yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'yimru yaseh shalom yaseh shalom shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael yaseh shalom yaseh shalom shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael yaseh shalom yaseh shalom shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael yaseh shalom yaseh shalom shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru amen.
Thank you, Harriet. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, Amen. We now look forward to hearing from Dan Valentine.
Well, there you go. Hello, my name is Dan Valentine. On behalf of the Board of Directors of Congregation Beth Chaim, thank you for joining us tonight on our Sabbath service. Tomorrow morning at 8:45, our weekly Torah study will meet at 10:30. Lizzie Newell will be called to the Torah as one of Beth Chaim's B'nai Mitzvah. At 7 p.m., we will have a fun Zoom meeting, a fun Zoom evening with the program Where Harry Met Sally, the Jewish Deli in Pop Culture. Sunday is a busy day at Beth Chaim. Religious school will be held in Zoom at 10:30 a.m. There's a special program on Ethiopian Jews in Israel at 10 a.m. and the Sisterhood program for a DIY macrame project at 2 p.m. Don't forget to stop by the temple parking lot to pick up your Hanukkah gift package between 11:15 and 1:30 this Sunday. On Thursday, join Ann Berman Waldorf to share in the wisdom of our sages during the Nosh and Knowledge at 12:30. Thursday night is the first night of Hanukkah. Join us for 8 nights of learning at 7 p.m. most nights. Next Friday, we will have a special Hanukkah Shabbos service at 7 p.m. We are so thankful for everyone's participation this evening. If you would like to be you'd like a part in the future service, you can sign up using the link on our weekly e-blast. Visit our website, bethchaim.org, for more details about upcoming events. Wishing you all a Shabbat Shalom and a happy Hanukkah.
Thank you, Dan. And because we can't get enough shalom, we'll sing Oseh Shalom one more time, this time in the style of John Lennon.
ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Maybe someday you will join us, and the world will be as one. Oh, say shalom. Bimroma. Uyase shalom. Aleinu. ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Maybe someday you will join us, and the world will be as one.
I pray that everyone has a healthy and happy Hanukkah, which begins in just a few days. But until then, we lift up our voices in our prayer for God's presence, God's light, and God's peace.
יברכך אדוני וישמרך.
May God bless us and protect us.
יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונך.
May God's light shine upon us, and may God be gracious to us.
יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום.
May you always feel that God's presence is near, and may you be blessed with the greatest gift of all, the gift of peace.
Amen.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom. Happy Hanukkah.
Shabbat Shalom. See you tomorrow, Newell.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat
Birthday,
Shalom.
Benny.
Bye.
Shabbat Shalom, Newells. Can't wait to see you tomorrow.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.